Kia ora, New Zealand. In your news today, moves by the Christchurch City Council to control brothels could start next month. The proposed bylaw is expected to get its final approval at tomorrow's council meeting, and if so, it will come into effect on April the 15th. The changes will mean brothels will be banned from locations around residential areas, schools and early childhood centres. It will also be illegal to have big brothels in Littleton. And the issue of gay marriage is set to be debated again in Parliament. The bill was in committee stage this afternoon, which gave MPs a chance to propose amendments to the bill. Last week, the bill easily passed its second reading by 77 votes to 44, and unless there is a big change for how MPs vote, it could become law as early as next month. And support from Labour for league tables for prisons, Corrections Minister Anne Tolley has released the performance tables showing what areas in jails are performing well and where improvements are needed. Labour's corrections spokesperson Chris Farfoy welcomes the tables.
The league tables are going to be very important to make sure that we can keep a close eye on what is happening at those prisons that are run privately, which we don't think should be operating in New Zealand.
An action plan aimed at reducing the road toll is suggesting lower blood alcohol limits for 20 to 24-year-olds, commercial drivers and high-risk drivers. The Safer Journeys plan has been in place for a few years, and in that time, Associate Transport Minister Michael Woodhouse says there's been a positive trend, with the road toll reducing from 375 3 years ago to 308 last year. To international news now, where the official North Korean news agency carried the latest announcement from the Army's Supreme Command that North Korea's army is at the top level of combat-ready posture. The fresh threats say they will target mainland USA, Hawaii and Guam, along with South Korea. South Korea's President Park Geun-hye cautioned North Korea.
North Korea should drop its nuclear weapons, missiles, provocations and threats and become a responsible member of the international community. This is the only way the North can survive.
To the Middle East, and Syrian coalition opposition leaders gained a symbolic victory at the Arab League, which opened a two-day summit in Qatar by claiming the seat previously held by the government they wished to oust. The leader of the opposition told the gathering there must be a negotiated end to the conflict.
The Syrian regime is the one who refuses any solution to the crisis. We welcome any political solution that can protect people's lives and avoids more destruction.
Khatib accused the Syrian regime of torturing young men, imprisoning women and children, and he also blasted the international community for watching without taking action. The Building and Construction Minister may be introducing a charge of corporate manslaughter following the collapse of the CTV building. Any legal action over the 115 people who died in the Christchurch quake now lies with the police, after two top engineering bodies have ruled out taking action due to lack of legal power. Minister Maurice Williamson says something needs to be done to hold people to account.
Now, sadly, anything we do in the parliamentary sense will only be prospective, not retrospective, so we won't be able to go back.
Anyone with a student loan will find their pay packet a bit smaller from next week. The student loan repayment rate for borrowers living in New Zealand will rise to 12 cents in the dollar from 10 cents from April the 1st. The change will provide savings to the government of over $184 million a year. In sports, Chiefs coach Dave Rennie sees a loss of 3 senior players as a byproduct of their success. Wing Lilia Masanga is joining Richard Kahui and Craig Clark as high-profile departures. Rennie says overseas clubs are always looking at snapping up the top players from the top clubs.
You know, the year before we arrived, there was a heap of experienced players left, so the guys who stayed were really important to our success last year, and now a few more of those experienced guys are being targeted.
And finally today, standard mobile phones may be facing extinction with the rise of smartphones. New research from Horizon shows the number of adults with smartphones has reached 50%, which is an extra 500,000 people since July last year. Those aged between 18 and 24 are the largest users, while the 75-plus age group has the lowest rate of use. And that was your news for Wednesday, the 27th of March. Ka kite anō.